Questions are not just about career, they're about life, so get ready, okay? Okay, so it says, how to deal with wanting to hang out with people who are different than you?
So I would say that kind of related to me in high school. I would say I'm like an introvert / extrovert, and so I was really focused on studying. However, I still wanted to be with the cool crowd. However, I started to see that I can hang out with them. However, I don't need to change myself to be with them. So some people are falling down paths that I didn't see myself going down. So when they were doing things that I didn't want to do, I would focus on studying. I would focus on volunteering. I would go to different activities, and I start making different friends as well. So, you know, when you're thinking about popularity, you need to see if you can see yourself going down that path. If people are going down more of a negative path, then, you know, kind of dissociate yourself from that, because I've learned that the people you surround yourself with, like, someone may see this whole group of crowd and, you know, they're misbehaving and stuff like that, and you may not be like that, but, you know, when someone's just looking from the outside, they're thinking, okay, everyone's like that. So just kind of think about the crowd that you're hanging out right now, because that can either get you in some trouble, or that can help you to see, you know what, this is not me. I need to move down a different path and be true to yourself.
Everybody's trying to find themselves. So as much as you're thinking that, and what I learned, and I know it's hard to see it now because you're in high school, but the people that were seeming cool, now they're wishing they were in the position I'm in, or in down the same path that I'm going down. And what it is if you stay true to yourself now, those people that are seeming cool, when you guys, I know it's hard to see now, but in the long run, in the path, they're gonna look at you like, dang, she powerful, she cool. And they was seeming cool in high school, where it doesn't even really matter. It seems like it matters because it's popularity, but stay true, like Jasmine said, to yourself, because if you do, you're at the end gonna have the reward, and they're gonna be looking at you like, dang, like she's cool. So
Thank you, ladies, thank you. Okay, so the next question is, how do you handle a rude, unfair teacher? All right, Arlena.
I think the best way to handle a rude teacher is not to be rude back, but to go talk to your principal about her. And also, or him, someone in higher authority, talk to that person other than yourself about that. Because if you do, you will probably make things worse for yourself.
Thank you. Okay, so our next question is, how do people code? So I'm going to give you the mic.
That's such a wide question. I mean, the coding is mostly just typing, essentially. So what you do is, you open your laptop, you go on a code editor, you type out the code, you run it, and then you see the result, which can be anything. It can be a box in a website, it can be a math result, it can be a calculation, whatever it is that you're working on. Like the first project that I did a YouTube playlist for my sister, who at the time was 6 years old. So I did like a YouTube playlist of all the Dora the Explorer videos, and that was like my dream. So, you know, it can be very simple or it can be very difficult.
Thank you so much. So our next question is for Kiana. It's a little personal, but it says, how are your sales? How many sales do you get a year?
oh wow, that is I officially started in April of last year, so I haven't hit my year yet, almost there. And so far, I've made over, in profit, I've made over like $650, which is actually, in my eyes, I see it as a goal, because within your first year or second year, you're gonna be more so like investing money, like putting out money, spending on products, spending on like I have to buy t-shirts, I have to buy fanny packs, I have to buy things, and then I have to get my brand printed on them. All of that is cost, and I go by Nipsey Hussle. The late great Nipsey Hussle's motto is all money in, no money out. So I invest that money in my brand, and when I make it in profit, I put it right back in it. I make sure I have that set aside for my brand. If I make $60 on the sale, I'm not gonna be like, ooh, I can go get my nails done now. In my head, my bank account is still broke. This is going back into not of this generation. So even though that was personal, hopefully that helped you, just to kind of get an idea of how you can invest.
Yes, thank you so much for your honesty. I want to become a lawyer, but I don't know if I am smart enough. You are. I'm sorry about that now.
So I wanted to be a lawyer too. And just recently I was like, oh, I can go get my JFAD and just work it all out. So let me stop you there, whoever has a question. I feel like it's somewhere right here. I don't know, it could be wrong. Start reading a lot, get some books, you have to immerse yourself in the culture, whatever you want to do, you have to learn about it first. So you say, I want to be a lawyer, what kind of lawyer? You want to be a family law lawyer? Do you want to be a divorce lawyer? There's so many different types. So first, I would say start reading, find out what kind of lawyer you'd like to be, and then honestly, look up some lawyers. You guys would be surprised. People would love to talk to you about their profession. They love to talk to young girls. They love to talk to young people who are curious. So now that you're curious and you're young, look up a lawyer. Say, hey, call them up. I'd like to come interview you and talk with you about this, and then who knows what can go from there. So just read and do research. Hope that helped.
If anybody has a quick question that they didn't get to ask, you would actually work like
It's like a personal question, but I hear people say it a lot. Are you happy with the job you do?
Okay, so I felt like I really resonate with that question. And to answer, for example, you know, I spoke about my journey, and for me, I really do genuinely love what I'm doing. I got a question earlier by one of the parents if what I'm doing now is full time, and you know, praise God, it is, and I really do enjoy it. It's a lot of hard work, and to piggyback off the other question that was asked about the business, because you know, I also have a clothing business and it was about sales. For me, yes, because I have to be strategic with how much I'm putting in and how much I'm receiving back. It's not necessarily about that for me. When God gave me the dream of having the clothing line, it was more of the purpose-driven, what the purpose that I have behind it. And to be honest with you, when the message resonates with other people, that's more of a gratification than the actual money is. And that's what makes me so happy. And that's what makes me happy that I've obeyed God in the way that He's actually led me in my life. But yes, to answer your question, is I truly do enjoy it. When I was working my 9 to 5, I also did love it as well, but this other dream of mine of having a clothing business was still there. And once I did, I don't feel that way anymore, and I feel like I'm living in my purpose. And I feel like every single person here, just like my friend here said, you can also do it, you're capable of it, you know, and just tell yourself that every single day. And just going back to the affirmation, let yourself know that you will be able to exceed in your life and achieve all of the dreams that you have. There really is no limit, I promise you.
Resonate with any woman up here, just look at them as someone of hope, because it will be you one day. And you'll be sitting in these same spots looking at the little girls, encouraging them, because I can tell you right now, I was one of you guys not too long ago, over 10 years ago. But I was that girl, looking up to someone like, wow, she's amazing, I want to be her, I want to be like that. And now here I am, encouraging you guys. So keep going forward and doing whatever you want to do, and believe in yourself, because you will be up here. It's a guarantee you'll be up here encouraging someone one day.
Sorry, we did not acknowledge your seat, but you are here, and I would like you to touch on any questions that you heard on whatever you would like to say.
I decided that I was going to go back to school in my mid-30s. It took me 20 years to get back to school when I flunked out the first time. It was terrifying. And when I started the journey, I was like, okay, I don't really know. I'm just gonna do this thing, whatever. I don't know what I want to do. I was working, making really good money, but I knew that I needed to get an education. It was terrifying. Then I got that bachelor's and I said, oh, well, you know what, maybe I want to do the master's. Terrifying. Master's for what? My family was like, are you loony? I got into USC. Terrifying. All of these USC people, right? And you're thinking, I'm an older student, I don't really know what I want to do, and now I'm in the midst of this particular environment with a bunch of people who I was intimidated by. This is what I mean, you gotta own who you are, right? And then I finished the master's, 4.0. And I'm not bragging, what I'm saying is, it's fear, pushing through the fear, even though you're afraid, right? And then I said, well, I want to be a professor. I applied through fear and got into the doctorate program at USC with a bunch of people who are from USCs. You know what I'm saying? Still terrified. Even though you're afraid, still do it anyway. Because at the end of that fear is the glory.
Yeah.
Come on.